in the 2014-2015 school year, I had a research project I was working on, one of my undergraduate theses, and I submitted an abstract for an American Geophysical Union conference, and the abstract was accepted, poster presentation, and it was research I was doing with my advisor on Hawaiian rocks, Hawaiian volcanic rocks from Hualalai. Whew, that sounds like a foreign word again. Volcano on the Big Island of Hawaii. And so I was uncertain of how to pay for it, and the school, the University of Hawaii at Mānoa, which was where I was attending university, had what was called the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program, UROP, UROP. And essentially, I attended this session and they provided information about it. It was like, I kind of came to think of it as a little bit of an orientation of sorts. And it's a grant proposal, research grant proposal program, and one can use the funds if the grant is approved, accepted, that kind of thing, for what one applies for, that kind of thing. And so I went to the in-person session, and then I applied and I submitted my grant proposal. And my grant proposal was, I was asking for $2,384 for research and presentation expenses. And so I applied and it was accepted, and it was, I think I've seen the press releases for, like, it's the 2015 UROP is like when they covered it, but the presentation itself was like in December 2014, and the cycle was like 2014, 2015. But I think I was a spring 2015 awardee. But the process started for me in 2014. So this is like before I graduated from the University of Hawaii at Mānoa. I did this, and I got the funding to go present, that kind of thing. And so it was, the research I was presenting was research in volcanology. And so I presented it at the 2015 annual meeting for the American Geophysical Union in San Francisco, California. And so I've been in press releases since I received it and on the awardees list and stuff, but it was pretty cool because it was the first grant proposal I wrote and got funding for, and it was 100% funding. I got 100% of what I requested. So that was pretty cool. And I did it as an undergraduate. And this would have been about the time as my head injury. I didn't really slow down. I applied to and got accepted to 5 different graduate schools. That kind of stuff is yeah, it was the head injury didn't slow me down right away, but this was about the same time as the going to the in-person session and applying. And then so I received the funding, and I went through with at least this grant proposal. As part of receiving funding, I had to keep the receipts, I had to document the receipts, I had to write up a research summary, what I did, what the funds were used for, see document blank for or I number the pages, and keep the receipts, make photocopies, number them, that kind of stuff. And so there was actually like a packet of sorts, or packet, so to speak, of follow-up materials, so which I thought was a grant proposal is not just woohoo, I get the money, it's woohoo, I get the money, now I'm going to do what I wrote down in the grant proposal and provide documentation of that. But it was pretty cool, and I really did need the money, because I was kind of like, if I don't get this my proposal accepted and I get the money, I'm not really going to be able to go. And so it was really cool, and I was really proud to go represent the University of Hawaii at Mānoa with research on Hawaiian rocks. It was like it was cool to have that. And for both of my undergraduate theses, I actually did research on Hawaiian rocks, and for the one I went and presented on, it was from rocks from the Big Island of Hawaii. And for my other research project, I actually researched rocks on Oahu in Honolulu. The lava flow itself was in the bottom of a valley, and up the side of a valley, because it was a ridge eruption kind of thing. So it was really cool to be attending the university and have my research be dedicated to the place where I was living. It was an honor. So in addition to it being an award, it was an honor to be able to work on those rocks, and not be like a person with a different affiliation, right? To be representing University of Hawaii at Mānoa, or in Hawaii, with Hawaiian rocks, whereas a lot of people like to do research for a different university and be like, let me take your rocks, or let me take your data, right? And then publish with, you know, that Caltech affiliation, or that UC Berkeley affiliation, where I was at the University of Hawaii at Mānoa for my undergraduate studies. It was like, that's me. Even if it's a different thing on a paper, it's my alma mater. So it's kind of, yeah, is a trying to be respectful, right, of the place where I was living, in which I was like, this is going to be with me, right, with this degree, if I graduate, kind of thing. So yeah, I considered this one a big honor, and it was cool to have that funded. Some schools have like everybody in their department, they have like a fund, and any undergraduate that goes to this same conference all they have to do is ask for money and they get money. Mine was not the case, right? It was an expensive plane ticket. It wasn't, you know, across the bay. I actually had to submit a grant proposal and the follow-up materials, go through an application process, and this was open to everybody at the University of Hawaii. I know it was not just geology, it was all undergraduates. There was like, what, 15,000 people or something? 20,000? I don't remember the number. But point being, it was hyper competitive, and I was proud to get it. So a little bit about that award and honor.